What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another very educational video where I will be teaching you how to transition from a small tip opening to a larger tip opening. Now, I'm not a mouthpiece expert and neither am I that good at playing the sax, but it took me a lot of effort to transition from the size 5 AutoLink Supertone Master to the size 7 DAddario Select Jazz, which plays more like a 7.5. And when I was trying to figure out why this was so hard, I didn't find any videos online that really helped me. So I thought that I can make this for you and share my secrets on how I made this transition easier. So I'm going to start by doing a play test between the size 5 and a size 7.5. I'll let you guys just hear a difference, although obviously because these are two completely different mouthpieces, it's not like the tip opening is making all the difference. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about why you might even want to transition to a bigger tip opening and why that might be hard. And finally, I'm going to reveal my secret of how to do it without making it feel like it's impossible. So let's get started. Okay, first up we have the AutoLink Supertone Master in a size 5 tip opening, and I'm using this with a Vandoren V16 size 3 reed. Let's see how it sounds. Alright, so this one is the DAddario Select Jazz 7M, which is a 7.5 tip opening, and I'm using this with a Vandoren V16 2.5 reed. Alright, let's give it a go. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like I sound a lot better on the DAddario Select Jazz. I feel like I have a stronger sound, more control, and I just don't have that spitty sound that I get on the AutoLink. That I don't know why I can't get rid of it. But the main benefits of using a larger tip opening is that you can put in more air through the instrument and that you can bend notes more easily. So the more air part is really simple because the hole is bigger, you can blow more air through the hole. And by blowing more air through the instrument, you get a louder maximum volume. This doesn't mean everything you play will be louder because that really depends on the baffle and the reed. But if you are outside or if you're playing with a band and you want to just play louder, then you would want a bigger mouthpiece tip opening. And the second advantage is it's easier to bend because of there's more distance between the reed and the tip. You're able to bend the note more to create more like inflections. change the tone more after you start playing it, and that's just harder to do on a smaller tip opening than it is on a larger tip opening. So the only big disadvantage to using a bigger tip opening is that you have to use more air. And that's because there's just more room for the reed to vibrate. If you don't blow hard enough, it's not going to vibrate, and then you just won't get a sound. Now you might think that's not a big disadvantage, but if you play with more air, that's just more tiring, takes more effort. You're going to have to take more breaths during songs. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how to transition from a small tip opening to a large tip opening. So for some people, you're just going to put on your new mouthpiece and you're going to be able to play it with no problem. And if that's the case, congratulations, you have really strong lip and jaw muscles that you probably gained from doing other activities. But for most of us, when you put on a new mouthpiece, especially if it's a bigger opening, you're going to have a lot of issues getting out a sound, especially if you're also using the same reed as you used with your old smaller mouthpiece. So here are two things that can make this transition a lot easier. So my first tip is to use a really soft reed. I would suggest dropping all the way down to a size 2, which is generally as soft as reeds go, and then use that with your new mouthpiece, especially if it's like a size 7 or plus. And doing that allows you to probably get a sound right away on the new mouthpiece, versus if you use a harder reed, you might not get a sound at all. Even though the sound might not be the sound you're looking for, and it probably still won't be comfortable, but at least using a soft reed will let you get a sound out right away, and that'll let you start to get used to how to play on a bigger mouthpiece. So personally, when I used my AutoLink, I used a size 3 vandoren blue box reed, and this is with the size 5 tip opening, obviously. When I transitioned to the DAddario Select Jazz, I started off on a size 2 vandoren V16, and that allowed me to play it right away. And then once I got more used to it, and then it felt like I can bend notes way too easily, then I moved to a size 2.5. And today I mainly play on the V16 2.5s, or I can also use a 3 if I really want to play louder outdoors. And my second tip, and this is my secret of how to play on a bigger tip opening, is to learn the double lip embouchure. And what that is that you roll your top lip over your teeth like that, and then you put your entire lip on the mouthpiece. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna roll. And what that does is that it forces you to not bite the mouthpiece, all right? Because your top teeth are on your top lip, so if you bite, then you're literally biting into your lip, and that's gonna hurt a lot. And the number one issue I had when transitioning to the bigger tip is that my lower jaw would get sore really quickly, and my lower jaw and my lip. And I think the reason was because I was always trying to bite in order to compensate for this big tip opening. I wanted to bite down to basically push it and shrink it back down to the opening size that I was used to. But if you're going to do that, that completely ruins the point of a bigger tip opening, because you want the tip to be opening to be able to put more air through it. And what you have to do is train yourself to relax your lower lip, not put any pressure on it, and actually compensate by blowing more air and not by shrinking the tip opening with your lip muscle. The double lip embouchure is really hard, it's really unforgiving, it's not going to let you bite down at all. And once you're used to that, and that's going to take at least a month, I think, but you can switch back to your normal embouchure where your top teeth are on the mouthpiece, and I think your problems are just going to be magically solved. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.